All right, man. Let's talk about. I got a video request. Somebody asked me um, what type of fit Shaedon Sharpe was with the Pistons. Shout out to McLean. Um, he requested this video, so shout out to him, man. So they said what type of fit is Shaedon Sharpe. So I looked at some of his high school highlights. He was the number one player coming out of high school, out of Canada. It's always some type of thing to look at the Canadian players. They always seem to be missing that dog in them, right? That edge. But Jamal Murray kind of put that to rest. He's a stone cold, lethal killer from Canada. So they usually don't have those lethal killers. They really have kind of like, excuse me, they really kind of got those skillful players, but they like missing that street edge to them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like I'm watching a few highlights of him, and not being able to see him play in high school or see him play live. I'm not sure if he got that. I'm not saying he don't got it. I'm just to the point saying that I haven't watched him enough to know if he got that edge. But as far as type of fit he is, he just reminds you of Kay Cunningham, but he might be a tad bit more explosive finishing at the rack. I think he might be not only more explosive finishing at the rack than Kay Cunningham, but I think he might be he more creative. He's more creative at finishing at more creative than finishing at the rack. The Kate Cunningham. I think he's a more explosive athlete than Kate Cunningham to the rim. But as far as handles and all that, they pretty close. Probably a little bit better slashing. I think they kind of like remind you of each other a little bit. Height, length, long arms. When you're that tall, you're not gonna have the most fluid ball handler, but they got good ball handling. They can, he can step back, with that length and athleticism. He pretty much, um, got, elite, maybe possibly being an elite level defender. So he got that type of potential. Good, good. He got a good bag, can step back, can get by. You can cut to the rim off the ball. So makes him a good fit with Kate. I think that's the question. You don't know, do he fit the culture and all that? Only time will tell. Don't know him personally. Don't know what he all about. I don't. In his highlights, they didn't show him bitching and crying, complaining and crying and all of that. So they didn't show all of that. But you never know. But what I seen is somebody that he ain't the greatest ball handler, neither K, but that's something you can improve on. Step back, shoot it, catch and shoot. Good motor, finishing at the rim, getting rebounds, blow past you. And just the biggest question about him is, why didn't he play at Kentucky? But as far as the fit, he give you a big backcourt, two dudes around 6'6" that ain't done growing. Cade ain't done growing. He ain't done growing. You know what I'm saying? So you two big dudes in the backcourt. Um, he's athletic, but he's not like he's athletic, but when you're that tall and big, it ain't too many twitchy athletes like that. You got Michael Jordan and but when you get up that high, you don't expect them dudes to be twitchy. But what makes up for they probably lack of twitchiness per se, be super duper athletic, is their length. So, I don't have to be the quickest dude or the fastest, when you know how to move your feet and use your length. So as far as the fit with Cade and the Pistons, a good fit, But the question is, number one high school player in high school, will that translate to the pros? It did for LeBron James eventually, it did for Kevin Garnett, Daryl Dawkins, and a number of other players who was able to come out of high school and play basketball. But, he's a year removed from high school. So that's the question. How, he's showing, and one of the reasons his name is so high, it ain't because people ain't seen him. Whoever he hired to be his agent, they done a great job of showing videos and keep making them relevant. They had a job to market him to fan bases. They had a job to market him to just to the NBA, and the videos they put him out about him um, jumping and doing all these running jumps and these verticals and stuff. All that stuff they putting on him is starting to gain clout. Starting to gain clout. Starting to gain a lot of clout. But how much more clout you need? Use the number one basketball player. Use the number one basketball player in the country. So just when you ask about them Canadians, you ask, do they got the fire? You know what I'm saying? Do they have that killer instinct? And that's one thing you need to have as a Piston. You got to be tough, rugged, and I think he showed he got enough motor. He showed he got enough motor. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Kay Cunningham, you already got somebody that's a killer that's gonna be a finisher, but you can't never have too many killers. Can't have too many killers, but it's a good fit. Good player, but you ready to take that risk. And will he come in and instantly impact? I'm not sure. Not sure. Will he come in and instantly have an impact? It's a question. I mean, as long as he develops somebody good, you know what I'm saying? But Troy Weaver be there for him to develop? That's the question. Will he be there in the long run to see this kid, really getting his bag? But the talent is there, If he would have played and did what we think he would have done at the college level, he'd probably be going number one. He'd probably be going number one easily. But the only question you have about the Canadian dudes is their heart. And when you enter this fraternity as a Piston, everybody got to have a little bad boy in them. I don't feel Killian got no bad boy in him. You know what I'm saying? I think Bay, Stewart, Cade are the three that got bad boy in them. We see what happened with Isaiah Livers. Good team. I think he do. Good team player. But, you got to ask yourself, it's a certain standard that you got to set when you got to have when you come to Detroit. And you got to, be hard-nosed. And I think what you've seen with him, he a worker. You know what I'm saying? He got a good motor. He going to crash the boards. And really what you banking on is the potential. Because you have nothing to go off of college. You don't have a whole year of nothing to go off of. What you banking is how you doing them individual workouts and how his maturity making and jump in the locker room. Will he be able to figure it out? You're not one of those teams that got a lot of veterans. You're young. So ultimately, how he gonna grow? Got the height, the length. Him and K give you the versatility to put him at the 3. You might get away eventually when they get bigger and stronger. Put him at the 4. Bay, K, and Sharpe will give you some big guys. Some big long guys. And look at Milwaukee. One thing about Milwaukee, they got one superior athlete and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's what they got. They got one in the Pistons. In this scenario, they still will be looking for that superior athlete. That'll be the only thing. He's good, but you still be looking for that one twitchy guy. Just that one twitchy guy. I think Sharpe is twitchy enough, but it'll be a big long team, but they're still missing that elite athlete. But that's 6'6", I think he athletic enough. But you really ain't got that dude like Ja Moran, or you ain't got that dude like Giannis Antetokounmpo, But that's fine. As long as you got a team full of short, stubby, slow guys, they good enough. When you look at Charlotte, PJ Washington and Miles Bridges, they got those freaks they got a couple freaks out there. But yeah, this dude, he fit good. He feel real good, and people forgetting that Sadiq Bey can run the offense too, and he can. So you got 3 guys, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3 that can all facilitate, get their own shot. So it's just about coaching it and making it mesh. So the only knock I would have about him is just you really banking on potential more than anything. That's what you banking on, potential. So you don't know if you're gonna get the real thing. What you figure banking on is hopefully hopefully he translate. Hopefully he translate. What you banking on? Like hopefully he reaches potential. And I think him and K to figure it out. After he cut without the basketball. backdoor, downhill, slasher. They would almost be in the mode of Milwaukee. One thing they would beat Cleveland at, they backcourt is bigger. They backcourt is bigger. Karis LeVert, you can't really depend on him to play 82 games. But their backcourt is bigger already. 266 dude still growing. Got a good guy who can do everything in Sadiq Bey. So then at that point, where do we go? Where do we go at that point? Do we go out there and spend money on Muhammad Bamba, put him in the middle? So now you got 6'6", 6'6", 6'7" at the 1, 2, and 3, 6'6" and 6'6" in the backcourt. They still growing. You put Muhammad Bamba in the middle. Hopefully you're able to get through to him. Now you got that big athlete down there. Then the only hole you got if you move Jeremy Grant is at the 4. So yeah, I mean that'd be a long athletic team, and just at that point just be communicating, getting the flow, getting the coach in there that can put them in motion, get them to play team defense. They ain't gonna coach them to keep jacking up threes and building depth at that point. So yeah, he definitely gonna fit in. Definitely give you a big basketball team, big athletic basketball team, and the potential to be one of those great defensive teams of all time that the Pistons historically been up there with. So like them a lot, great fit. If you're there, you don't hesitate to pull the trigger. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase chance of notification. We go live, drop a video. Nancy want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Check my main channel out right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. It's Goodfella TV right on YouTube. Appreciate the love, support.